After all those years of friendship, Chioma could not believe that Ada, her best friend, would go to an extent of stealing her own husband, Chinedu. Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Chioma, the epitome of beauty and grace. Chioma was born into a family of wealth and privilege. She seemed to have it all except one thing: a true and faithful friend. That all changed when she met Ada, a girl from a humble background who captured Chioma's heart with genuine kindness and warmth. Despite their differences in social status, Chioma welcomed Ada into her life with open arms, eager to share her blessings with someone in need. As their friendship blossomed, Chioma took joy in providing Ada with the basic necessities she lacked, grateful for the opportunity to make a difference in her friend's life. Little did she know, however, that Ada's motives were not as pure as they seemed. Behind Chioma's back, Ada harbored feelings of envy and resentment towards her friend's privileged lifestyle, her heart consumed by jealousy and insecurity. Yet, she masked her true feelings with a facade of friendship, basking in the warmth of Chioma's generosity while secretly plotting to bring her down. Their bond seemed unbreakable, forged through shared laughter and shared experiences. But beneath the surface, cracks began to form, fueled by Ada's hidden agenda and Chioma's naive trust in her friend. One day, as they strolled through the bustling market together, Chioma found herself struggling to navigate the maze of vendors and stalls. Her lack of familiarity with the surroundings evident to all. Sensing an opportunity to belittle her friend, Ada stepped in to offer assistance. But her words dripped with condescension and scorn, her laughter ringing hollow in Chioma's ears. "I am not sure which fruits to choose," Chioma admitted, her voice tinged with uncertainty. Ada, seizing an opportunity to belittle her friend, stepped in with a smirk. "Let me handle this," she said, her tone dripping with condescension. "Clearly, you are not used to doing this on your own." And so it went, with each passing day revealing new depths of Ada's deception and betrayal. From mocking Chioma's choices to withholding help in times of need, Ada's true colors began to show. This left Chioma feeling hurt and confused by her friend's callous behavior. But despite the pain and disappointment she felt, Chioma chose to turn a blind eye to Ada's faults, clinging to the hope that their friendship could withstand the trials and tribulations that threatened to tear them apart. Little did Chioma know, however, that the greatest test of their friendship was yet to come. A test would push their bond to its limits and force Chioma to confront the harsh reality of Ada's true nature. Luckily, Chioma happened to meet her sweeter, Chinedu. And as Chioma's relationship with the charming Chinedu blossomed into a courtship, she couldn't help but feel a sense of joy and contentment. With each passing day, they grew closer, their hearts entwined with a bond of love and mutual respect. Chinedu was convinced that they were compatible, and Chioma found herself eagerly looking forward to their future together. Filled with excitement and anticipation, Chioma couldn't wait to share the news of her budding romance with her dear friend Ada. But as she made her way to meet Ada, a nagging feeling of unease crept over her. She couldn't shake the sense of something was amiss, that Ada's reactions to her success and happiness were always tinged with bitterness and resentment. Why is it that every time I share my happiness with Ada, it backfires? Chioma wondered, her thoughts soaring with confusion and doubt. Despite her misgivings, she resolved to keep her newfound happiness to herself, unwilling to tell Ada, and also trying to avoid the risk of Ada's disapproval and tarnishing her joy. And so, as the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Chioma found herself swept up in the whirlwind of wedding preparations. With Chinedu by her side, she delved into the task of planning their special day, her heart overflowing with love and anticipation for the future that laid ahead. As the day of Chioma's wedding drew near, she extended her invitation to Ada to be her maid of honor, eager to share her special day with her closest friend. However, Ada's response was not what Chioma expected. "Who do you think I am to you, Chioma?" Ada's words cut like a blade in the air, her tone laced with bitterness and resentment. "I thought we were friends, and friends share everything." Despite Ada's initial reluctance, she ultimately accepted Chioma's invitation, but with a condition: to meet Chioma's fiancé before the wedding ceremony. Chioma, eager to appease her friend and maintain their fragile bond, agreed to Ada's request. On the day of the meeting, Ada arrived at Chioma's home, a basket of fresh orange fruits clenched in her hands. She was very sure that only Chinedu will eat the fruits, since Chioma was allergic to orange fruits. As Chioma introduced Ada to her fiancé, the tension in the room was felt, each woman sizing the other up with wary eyes. But despite the unease that hung between them, the meeting went smoothly, and Ada handed the basket of orange fruits to Chioma's fiancé with a forced smile, her true feelings hidden behind a facade of politeness. In the days that followed, as Chioma's excitement for her impending wedding grew, she couldn't shake the feeling of unease that gnawed at her heart. And then, without warning, disaster struck. The wedding was suddenly cancelled, leaving Chioma devastated and heartbroken. As Chioma grappled with the shock of sudden turn of events, she realized that Ada was nowhere to be found, her supposed friend disappearing into the shadows without so much of a word and explanation. Betrayed and alone, Chioma was left to pick up the pieces of her shattered dreams, wondering how she could have been so blind to the truth. Heartbroken and betrayed, Chioma couldn't believe the news that Ada and Chinedu were now dating. Filled with a mix of anger and disbelief, she knew that she had to confront them and get to the bottom of the betrayal. With a heavy heart, Chioma made her way to Chinedu's hut, her footsteps slow and deliberate as she prepared herself for the painful confrontation ahead. When she arrived, she found Ada and Chinedu together, their faces filled with surprise at her unexpected visit. Without mincing words, Chioma demanded an explanation, her voice trembling with hurt and anger. "How could you do this to me?" she cried, her eyes flashing with a fire that had long been extinguished by betrayal. "I thought we were friends, Ada. I trusted you." Ada, caught off guard by Chioma's accusations, tried to defend herself, but Chioma would have none of it. Turning to Chinedu, she demanded to know the truth. "Did you ever love me, or was it all just a lie?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Chinedu, faced with Chioma's unwavering gaze, hesitated before finally speaking. "I am sorry, Chioma," he said, his voice filled with regret. "My heart has always belonged to Ada. I never meant to hurt you." With those words, Chioma felt a wave of anguish wash over her, the pain of betrayal cutting deep into her heart. Turning away from the two people who had betrayed her, she walked away, her spirit unbroken and her trust shattered. As Ada and Chinedu celebrated their newfound love and union in marriage, Ada couldn't shake a nagging feeling that Chioma posed a threat to her happiness. Consumed by jealousy and insecurity, she decided to take matters in her own hands. She sent 5 strong men to silence Chioma and make sure that she was nowhere to be found. But fate had other plans in store. Unbeknown to Ada, the message meant for Chioma was delivered to the wrong person, leaving Chioma blissfully unaware of the danger that lurked on the horizon. As Ada and Chinedu exchanged their vows and celebrated their love with friends and family, Chioma remained a distant memory, her presence fading into the background as the newlyweds basked in the glow of their happiness. But fate has a way of bringing the past back to haunt us. And one day as Ada and Chinedu wandered through the forest, enjoying a moment of tranquility and solitude, Chioma appeared before them like a spectre from their past. Startled and overcome with fear, Ada turned and fled, her heart pounding in her chest as she ran blindly through the trees. In her mind, she thought that Chioma had already been silenced by the 5 strong men. In her panic, she lost her footing and tumbled over the edge of the cliff, her screaming echoing through the forest as she tumbled into the darkness below. Unfortunately, Ada broke her 2 legs and one of her arms, and her life would no longer be the same as before. Due to her condition, Chinedu turned away from her, marrying Chioma, her love. Ada lived to regret, but she had no choice other than to continue with her life. From this story, we learn that jealousy and betrayal can have unforeseen consequences, often leading to pain and heartache for all involved. Ada's envy of Chioma's happiness and her subsequent betrayal not only caused harm to Chioma but also led to her own downfall. Thank you for watching to this end. Please consider subscribing, like and commenting down below.